This is Morten from INKISH TV, and it's actually a very big honor to be here at FEFCO for the very first time. We are in Lyon in France, and the first person we're going to talk to is Michelle from SendMePack, right?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice
That's
to meet
right.
you. 2 years old.
Yes, we are still a very young startup from Berlin. We have a system, a multi-use system that we have established in Germany. We have a multi-use system for corrugated boxes. As you can see here, we are all about reusing already resources that we have. So we are a B2B startup working with online shops all over Europe. And we started off by saving boxes just like this from being recycled. For reusing them, they have a QR code which is personalized. So the person receiving the box can scan it and see where it's been, in what city it has been, how many times it has been reused, and the great thing is to see how many emissions, for example, are being saved by reusing it.
You just keep talking. That's
yeah,
fine, but I have questions, so you don't speed up on me here,
okay.
right? So when you got the idea for putting up a business like SendMePack, right? I mean, did you do it because of the environment? Did you do it because you thought that you could save money for your customers? Or what was the idea?
Right, so it's a mix of a lot of things. Of course, there are very big sustainability reasons to think about how can you make online shops more sustainable, how can they reach their sustainability goals. And this is definitely one of many options, is to use already resources that are there. So in that case, that was the first main idea. But while we were working on the system, we did notice that there's a big need in e-commerce for corrugated packaging with a very big CI on it. So corporate identity is very important. And for those customers, we actually have a very new system that we are presenting here at FEFCO.
So let's talk about that in a second, because you move ahead of me all the time.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm sorry,
because I'm curious about this, because it's fine what you're saying. It's just because I can't help thinking about when you have a corrugated box like this one, right?
Yes.
And it has been used a couple of times, and basically instead of recycling, you basically reuse.
Right.
How do you ensure that the quality is good enough? Because I sometimes see corrugated boxes that are just like totally smashed, right?
Right.
And I was just wondering, if you sell something that is being reused, it must also have some kind of quality insurance that you get something that can actually hold the product without damaging the product.
Right,
Yeah?
that is a very good question. So that was definitely one of the questions that we had at the beginning. How can you make a corrugated box that has been reused not look reused? And to be honest, it is such a beautiful product in its natural state. As you can see, all the boxes behind us, there have already had 1 to 2 rounds. So, and they still look very new.
And what is the typical, how many times can you use it typically?
Well, we're still collecting data on that, but for us in the last 2 years, we can say that 3 to 5 rounds of reusing is a pretty good condition, and then it's fine that it lands in the recycling bin.
But that's quite amazing. Before you started SendMePack, did you even consider that it could be used so many times? Or?
No, actually not. Yeah. For us, it was just, looking at the data around it. For us, the goal was to use it once. Yeah. So we always thought if you use it one more time, then that's already 50%. A big impact.
It is
exactly. We just have, it's such a great product as it is. It's 100% recycling.
I understand, but
extending that.
Yeah. So what I was thinking when I heard about the idea, when you spoke to me just before we turned on the camera, I was pretty amazed about it, because basically we are in a world where we need to use our resources even better than we have done so far. And as you said, instead of putting it for recycling or even at the landfill sometimes, right? Then you get in a situation where that becomes an asset that is basically also for the companies that are selling the boxes to you, right? Because that's what happened. An e-commerce company that have, for example, we gave an example from a printing company because that's my business, right? So you said that, so basically instead of putting it for recycling, they just call you guys and then you pick up, let's say 5,000-10,000 boxes and even pay for it, right?
We do, right. So we pay for it, and we also check that, to get back to your question before about the quality. So of course we do have a quality management.
I mean, I guess you need to, right?
Exactly. Looking at the boxes, looking at the corrugated boxes, and as long as they look fine and stable and new and they're not dirty or anything, we are very glad about all partnerships. We can also buy the boxes, and then we resell them to online shops who actually have a very big aim on sustainability, and it's also, it's actually a very fun thing for their customers when they receive the package and they look at it and they think, okay, well, this is a great story.
It's almost like having a pen.
It.
It's almost like a pen pal, right? I mean, you have a box.
A little bit, right? You can see where it's been. So we're taking the customer on a journey with us to a product, to a perfect product, and just having them, consider that it's there's just a lot of quality behind it.
You're 2 years old.
Yes.
How has the market received you guys?
Very good, with open arms, to be honest. So we came on the scene, and Philip and I. So there's two of us. I'm a co-founder, and we were always thinking about, okay, so what is the corrugated industry going to say to us? And to be honest, everyone welcomed us with open arms. They were very, excited that there were two young people who were actually had, the courage to go to this market and say, okay, we're new, we're small, we can't hang with the big guys, but we have a big idea.
But now you are with the big guys, right?
I know. And now we have, a big company, or actually, big goals that we want to reach, and everyone is helping us, to be honest. So we're getting really a lot of strong, big partners working with us and achieving our goals.
And what about, one thing is that the industry have these open arms to you, but you need customers. Is it a difficult value proposition, or is it easy to sell?
It's easy to sell, to be honest. So the sustainability part, of course, everyone is looking, especially online shops. Everyone's always thinking about, okay, what's the newest thing? What can I do? How can I serve my customers? How can I what's on the market, who's bringing new ideas. And so we came to a very smart and good time on the market as a new idea to invest in packaging that is reused.
And then you were just, when I interrupt you before, you were just about to move on to something new, right?
Yes.
Because real entrepreneurs, they never sleep, right?
No, right. So we're always working on something. And to be honest, we've been working on this for quite a long time. So as you can see, why we're actually at the FEFCO is to present our new system. So this is for customers, for online shops who have a very strong customer identity. As you can see here, we print.
So here you take
digital printing.
So here you take the boxes and basically print
them
the
new.
identity.
Right. So in this case, this is a new produced corrugated box, but from the production line, it is multi-usable. So
we spoke about before we turned on the camera, like if you, for example, are in retail clothing, for example, right? Then you basically often have that you send out clothes, and if it doesn't fit, or you have tested 5 different outfits and you return it. Now the brand owner and the customers can have a branding on the packaging, and then you can reuse it multiple times, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So this is predestined for online shops who have a very high return rate. So fashion, of course, is a big case for us with 50 to 80% return rates. With the new produced corrugated boxes from SendMePack together with digital printing, it's not just a beautiful box, but it's a very smart box. So it's full of data. It has a unique identifier. You can scan it. There's a lot of data that goes into the QR code, which in times like this is just perfect for everybody. It's about transparency, and it's all wrapped up in our new system. So we're very excited to hopefully get as many partners and customers as we can.
And Michelle, last question, because we're here at FEFCO. What are your expectations? What kind of contacts are you looking for here?
Right. Well, first off, for us, it's such an honor to be here as a young startup among, like you also noticed, all these big players. In this industry. We know in 2 years we've met a lot of them. I think a lot of them know about us, but of course, it feels like a very small knit community, and we just want to show that we're here, that we want to work with everybody and anyone who wants to work with us. We want people to know us, and of course, partnerships, customers, just networking in general is very important for us, and it's very good to be here among everybody else.
And now you're on INKISH, right?
Excuse me?
Now you're on INKISH.
Oh, yes, and now I'm on INKISH. So thank you so much for having us.
Always. Thank you very much.
Thank you.